Welcome to our course, Natural Language Processing. And in this part of our course, we are going to study how to improve our tokens by using regular expressions. So we have here an example, a sentence, which is given the variable name sentence, and we split the sentence into different tokens. And of course, we read the token. So let's execute this one. Let's see what's happening in here. So as you can see, the sentence Jack Sam graduated from the university at the age of 17 is split into different tokens. And we have, how many tokens do we have in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have 10 tokens being split, but actually, period here is a different token, but only that there is no space after 17, and that is why the period in this case is included in the token 17. And something is wrong really in here because we should split this one, 17, and the period. The use of a split the function splits the sentence into different tokens. And the question is, how does this split function do this? The answer is very simple. It just identifies the spaces, white spaces here, and when it sees the white spaces, it breaks the sentences, the tokens before and after. Okay, so we can develop this one. How to do that is to identify specifically in what particular part of a sentence, apart from what spaces, we're going to split the sentence. So we have here an example, and what we do here is we import the library or package, and then we specify the expressions wherein which we can split the sentence. So this splits the sentence on white spaces or punctuations that occurs at least once. What is happening here is that we see here a plus sign. And this plus signs would mean that we don't just identify only one character, but we identify more than one character if that character is included in the specified expressions or regular expression. And then we have here, of course, this argument sentence. So let's first execute this one, and then we will discuss what's happening in this particular program. Okay, now you can see that we have here a white space still that is included in the splitting of the sentence. Jack Sam graduated from the university at the age of 17. So what's going on in here? We actually have a lot of things that are included in the argument split function. So first, let's discuss the square brackets. This one, can you see it? So the square brackets are used to indicate a character or a class. So all of these things inside the bracket are included in one class, which means to say they are the basis of the kind of expressions that we are going to match so that we can split a sentence into different tokens. Now we have a plus sign here, as what I've said. The plus sign means that a match must contain one or more of the characters inside the square brackets, which means to say that if 1 and plus 1 and plus 1 and more of the characters are found inside the sentence, then it's going to split it into different tokens. So we can also see this one in some cases. This, okay, can you see that? So I think it's not here. So we're going to find this one later on as we go or as we move to the next example that we have. So when you see this within the character class, it's a shortcut to a predefined character class that includes all white spaces or white space characters like those created when you press the space on the tab and return key. Just very simple. It means to say that the white spaces which are created because either you press the tab or the space or the return keys. And in some cases, you can also see this one. Okay, this is equivalent to R like this. Okay, and in our case, in this example, we have this one. All right, the 6 white space characters are space like this one, then we have this tab, then return the new line and form feed. Okay, so this one is tab, this is a new line, and if we can see something like this, then it means a form feed, and n, this is a new line. So you can see actually spaces when you do like this thing. So these things, so these spaces should be deleted. And in this case, as far as the regular expression is concerned, it means to say that there is the presence of a new token. So another one that we need to talk about is the character range. So when we say character range, this is actually the range from the very beginning until the end of certain characters that should match. So for example, we have the character range 0 to 9, which matches any digit from 0 to 9. And this one is equivalent when we say like something like this. But if you're going to write all of these numbers, I think it's going to be a lot of things to do, and it's tedious. So this is a shortcut. And for an alphabet, we can have something like this, which would match any underscore character. As you can see, this one, we have an underscore character. And then we have A to Z, of course, small cases. And also we have the upper cases, A to Z. Now the hyphen. This is actually very, very important that we have to take note of why we use this one. So we can always see this in the range 0 to 9 or A to Z, A to Z. However, if we want the hyphen to be a part of an expression, a regular expression, we should put it before everything. Why? Because hyphen right after the opening square bracket is actually a bit of a square of regular expressions. So we can never put a hyphen just anywhere inside your square bracket, because if it is put on the second position, then it would mean that it is a character range. So it must be always in the beginning or at the start of the regular expression. Now, we have in here, this is what we have talked about just a while ago. This one, which would mean white spaces. So these are the different tokens that we are going to use. So another thing that we need to take note of is the use of the compile in this case. So what does it do? It allows us, the programmer or coder, to precompile all the expressions that we use in a certain SOC program so that we can use this expression, in this case, this variable later on for all our code bases. Now we have here a sentence. Of course, it's still the same sentence. And we compile our patterns, all of these. And then we split the sentence. Then we just look at the last 5 tokens. So let's execute this one. So now you have in here. And now what we are going to do in this case, we use the pattern that split. So the pattern here is actually still the same pattern that we use in here. So let's execute this one. All right. Why do we use this? Because the problem in this case is that we also have here the period, which is not supposed to be a token, and also the white space in this case. Our remedy is to do this one, and this can get rid of this one, the period and the white space. All right. And also, if we would want to use the filter function, so we can do something like this: list filter lambda x, if x and x not in this expression, then else none, and then we have the tokens. Let's execute this one. And this actually can give us the same result as this. Do you want to know more about this channel? Just click these cards. We do have a lot of free data science courses for free, like Machine Learning Essentials, Deep Learning Mathematics, and a lot more. Here, you can always learn an upskill for free.